I'm Brian, and this is Duck River Homestead. Today we're going to work on the four-wheel drive system of the Massey Ferguson 1835e. A few months ago, I broke the downshaft on the portal axle of the front drive system. So we're going to take the wheels off, we're going to take the hub off, we're going to take the drain plug off the bottom. They call it a freeze plug. It's basically a freeze plug encapsulated in rubber. Take the downshaft out, and then we got to replace the seal. So I'll tighten that back up. That way it's ready to go when we're ready to put more fluid in there. Concrete's still pretty new, so there's tons of dust that comes up from it. But I think we're going to replace this seal right here. I need to replace the freeze plug on the bottom, and then I think there's a shaft. The reason I think it's this side is because when I turn this, I don't hear much noise. And I don't hear anything turning in the center. When I turn the other side, I hear it in here, and I hear it in the center. We'll find out. Okay, so this is coming off nicely. I don't know if it'll actually give us the access that we need, so this might have been a bad idea. But you'll find out along with me. Okay. Well, that's beautiful. So this is what the hub looks like. You can see there's a planetary gear, and this right here is what drives that. And I'm able to turn this with no issues at all, which tells me this is the side that's actually broken. So I'm on the right track. Unfortunately, it doesn't give me necessarily the access I think I need to this plug right here. There we go. Well, that was a pain. I've never had a freeze plug this difficult to come out. So here's what the inside looks like. You can see it spinning around. So I'm going to put some pressure on the upshaft. And now the other side is spinning. So this tells me the left-hand side is the side that's actually broken. And then when I relax, it doesn't move. So driver's side or left-hand side is the broken side. There we go. Apparently I have the camera off. But I was able to push this out. Didn't want to come out very easily. So here's the shaft. And look at that. Look at that. That is definitely broken. Now, unfortunately, the top part didn't come out. So let's see how I'm going to be able to get the top part out. You can see the cutoff part up there. I'm somehow going to have to figure out how to get that out. So the downshaft is broken, as you can see. It was stuck in the upper part of the axle, so what I have to do is now take the upper part of the axle apart to get this out. So fun stuff. It's very unfortunate that the top part of it broke off. It would have been nice to be able to just pull off. And bang it. Come on. I think that's the seal they're talking about anyway. There we go. So I did have to actually take this off in order to take this off. And now, so they recommend changing this seal out right here. And so now I'm gonna pull that off. And you see I've got my drive shaft right here. And I've got this right here. So unfortunately I have to pull this guy out as well. So I got that sitting here. So I'm gonna have to pull this out in order to get the top part of the downshaft out. Fun. I think I might have gotten it. Finally. Out of the groove. I have to clean the heck out of this thing. There we go. Finally. There we go. It has been a few days. We got all the parts that I need. I'm a little bit of sunlight. It's raining like crazy right now. It was raining even worse, but it hasn't stopped. That means we are shut down with the bulldozer right now. Can't really get much done with that. And so I'll keep on working on the tractor. I need to get it up and running so that I can take care of a little bit more tree and limbs that I gotta take care of. Got it seated again. Now let's see if I can press it down. If I could keep it pressed down while I was pressing this other bearing in, that would be ideal. It's not a great design if you ask me. I'd like to have another portal access right here so that I could actually press the bearing in. Got a ways to go on this actually. I'm having a hard time getting this bearing back in. It does not want to be pressed back in. So I'm putting it on ice to hopefully contract it a little bit. I don't know how long this will take, but hopefully it'll go in a little bit easier now. What I could maybe do is also put this in the oven at, let's say, 150 degrees. Keep this in the freezer and then press it. I hope this works and I don't have to put it in the oven. We'll see. tap it in. Okay, make sure my gears are straight still. Gears are straight. Okay, I need to go a little bit more. Go a little bit more in order to get my snap ring in there. So let me clean this out a little bit first. Finally. Okay, I've got the upper assembly back together. It's just 4 bolts holding that on. So I'll work on getting the seal out. I really don't want to actually do the seal just because everything else has been a pain. So why wouldn't this be a pain as well, right? Yeah, it looks like this is the right, it's the right seal. Let's see here. That's not too bad. Not usually how I like to take seals out. So let's see about putting this one back in. Okay. Let's start getting this guy back on. It's working. Well, I think I found the problem. Didn't realize that the seal came with a new race, and so, which is cool. But I was trying to install it with the old race on. So I'm not going to replace the race. The old one seems perfectly fine. So I'm happy to try this again, and I think it'll actually work correctly this time. So I'm gonna release the steering a little bit, and here we go. Let's see how this works. Okay. It works. There we go. Okay, now I gotta put the snap ring in. Okay. 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 Doing this all by feel right now, which is not fun. There we go. Okay. Snap ring is in. Now I'll drive this lower freeze plug in. Use this as well to help spread out the weight. about there. Okay. Now, we're almost done. The last part's gone quite nicely. Now, I'm gonna clean this thing off. Okay. Fortunately, we got these nice guide pins to help us line everything up. There we go. Well, we got everything back together. Hopefully things are the way they're supposed to be. I think in the morning I'll add some fluid and test it out and make sure it works. Well, it is a cold day on the Homestead. Well, it's 40 degrees. It's colder outside than inside, so time to get the tractor back up and running. So I'm going to open up the big doors and get a little bit more light in here. Unfortunately, that means Rooster's going to crow at us a bit because he doesn't like when things change. And I just opened the door, which means Rooster's gonna crow. This place is a little bit of a mess, so I'm gonna do some cleanup once I'm done. Lots of shop rags, lots of spent rubber gloves. So I'm gonna get the tires back on. I'm gonna fill up the axles, and then I'll get it back on the ground. So since I drained all of the fluid out of here, now there's still going to be fluid in this one, a little bit. I need to make sure that any air comes out of here. Oh, and we got fluid coming out. So this is now filled with fluid, and so is the other side. Yep. Looks like I'm just going to put the whole gallon in there. Well, we finished the job, got four-wheel drive working again. Just ran out and tested it, filled up the tire, all is looking good. I'm excited to get going on this. We got a lot of work to do, and now I'm happy that I can actually use four-wheel drive. Super excited, especially in the mud. Can't really do much with two-wheel drive on the mud. Thanks for watching.